right, here we go.
Here we go.
Another happy Friday.
This is
Freestyle Friday.
You know, it's been an interesting morning already.
Yeah?
It has.
You text me at 4 a.m. I was like, God damn.
That's... I shouldn't say it's normal. It's supposed to be normal.
Yeah.
That I do get up at that time so that I can get stuff done.
Yeah.
Am I doing my continuing education for real estate already? That's already late. Yes, I am.
It's not
It is for me. Look, I looked on there. I think for me it is.
Okay.
We talked. I said, Jerry, am I good? Is this the leap year, whatever year? We're like, oh, you got to do it this year, though. You're like, no, we're good. I'm like, but, dude, being self-employed will teach you that, like, all right, if he said that, it's probably the opposite. Like, you have to just, like the universe is like, you can't just trust that. You're like, that probably means I'll take his word, and then I learn a hard lesson, like, man, what was that? You know what I mean? So...
All right.
No, I'm doing it. So, I get up. I'm supposed to come in here and work out.
Okay.
Because before, I would leave the house at 4:20, 4:30, get to YMCA at 5.
Right.
And I could work out.
Right.
And then come back to the house. I like going to the Y because I just move a pin. I get on the machine. And I don't, it's like, it is perfect for me not to give myself any excuses on why I can't do it. Yeah. It's just lazy enough to work.
Yeah, no, I got you.
And that works.
And you feel good when you're done.
I do feel good. I gotta pump it, dude. Pump it up.
Yeah.
I have to come in here. I have to take the plates off. I gotta put the plates on. I gotta maybe move some stuff around.
Yeah.
I really have to sell it in here.
And you're not, and you're still home. If you're in here, you're still home. The office is just 6 feet away.
I stress.
So you're not really in the moment. You know what
I'm not in the moment, so I'm trying to figure that out. And I sat on the chair next to the bench for probably 10 minutes. I was like, let's just. I'm old enough to know I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and waste time. So I was like, let me get on the computer at least. I'll do the continuing education.
Yeah.
And I've been eating like a shitbag. So if I eat like a shitbag the night before, like I definitely waking up is god awful, and I won't work out. So.
It does make a difference, doesn't it? Like you
really
eat
does.
some shit or drink some shit.
I'm fatty, dude. I will put. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Let me tell you right now. Now, and my wife knows this about me. Like, if I went out drinking that night, that means I also went to Wawa and got an enormous amount of food. And,
duh.
Yeah. I mean, duh.
Yeah.
And put it back, son.
Yeah.
Like, you think I'm just warming up?
Yeah.
Like, now look, my orders are more advantageous to the carbs. Like, I don't order the meatball sub anymore, but I don't not order it. I definitely get the meatball still in the cup.
Yeah.
I just don't need all the bread. Right?
let me get a couple of 17 meatballs in it, please.
Dude, I'm like at least give me the 6 or 8. And there's always got to be. And then, dude, I get 1 or 2 chocolate bars. Like the Reese's outrageous. Oh my god, it's like crack,
dude.
It is some crazy shit to put in your. It's so good.
That's not what I crave after the bar.
Whatever, dude.
I mean, I want like a quesadilla or
more
savory than sweet, though.
No, I'm doing all of it.
Yeah.
So I'm getting either like a massive Italian sub or a chicken salad. You know,
I love their chicken salad.
Now that's the main meal.
Yeah, I got you.
The meatballs are the ride home. That's the warm up, or that's the filler. Like as I call a chicken nugget, that's what you eat in between breaths. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And then so then usually we can not order mac and cheese. I'm not gonna get mac and cheese. I'm gonna get something that hits. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get the heavy hitters. I might get a burger. The burger might be the ride home.
Their burgers are pretty good.
I mean,
shout out to Wawa too. Look at that.
I know. So, and then I wash that down with a nice Coke, right? Now, back in the day, each one of those orders would be on a sub roll, and I'd eat it all, and I wouldn't feel a damn thing, and I'd get up, and it was great.
Yeah.
And we used to call it power comping. Like, it's so habitual now, like we would have to at least order it. Like, my brother and I will talk to you sometimes, and I'll be like, what are you doing? It'd be like late night, he'd be like, I have a whole menu ordered. I have a whole shopping cart of food. He's like, I'm just staring at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can be so bad right now. I've already sat for an hour. Because where he lives, you can, oh my God, all the restaurants, you got one dude pick it up in like 20 minutes, all the restaurants.
Good God.
He's like, I got a whole bag. Just a whole bag. If I push this button to go, I got all the sexiness coming. All the sexiness coming. You know, I got some bad bitches coming over with this order. He's like,
God.
I'm just sitting here, just as long as you just order it. That sometimes helps.
Yeah.
So
Like put it in the shopping cart and walk away.
And then walk away.
Yeah.
So
I can't do that with food.
And then I would take I still do that a lot too.
Yeah.
With sandwiches, like I won't if I get through quite a bit, but then I'll start taking the top bun off. Like I don't need it. Like so then dude knows, he knows. If I come in late night with a bag,
he's getting a snack.
Oh, he's getting snacks because I would peel the top bun off. Like I don't need all these carbs. Here you go. Or eventually I just drop the last one at Lake Drive House. I just dropped an entire mac and cheese on the ground. He was like, oh! I was like, that's your treat, bud.
Yeah, liquor clean. Man.
Yeah, so
it's called balance, you know.
It is balance, and I am a fatty dude, so it does make it hard to get it. And I tell you what, the hardest part is my drink. I won't say no.
Yeah,
it turns off whatever the no is for the food. It turns it off.
No, for sure. If you've had a couple beverages,
come on, dude.
Yeah, you definitely want some food. Do you remember Wawa's mac and beef?
First off, easy on how you... Oh, God, I did slam that. Oh, it probably did.
It's okay.
First off, you got me all excited. The
beefaroni. Beefaroni, yeah, they called it mac and beef. I don't know why they took it away. They had it forever.
I'm so happy you bring that up because you know how many people don't know or remember it.
Nah, man. That was one of my go-tos after the bar. Back in the day, we'd leave Bubba's and we'd go to the Wawa and I'd get a big old cup of mac and beef and a chicken parm sandwich. That was my go-to with a vitamin water. You know, I was absolutely convinced that if you had a vitamin water after you've been drinking before you go to bed, it would help you the next morning. I don't know if it did, but I was convinced.
I know. I don't see how that failed.
I don't know.
Especially when we were when I was in high school, Wawa was that was church. In Smyrna, when I was playing football, we didn't practice on Mondays. Mondays was film. So right after school, I'd go to Wawa. No money. I'd steal everything. I'd go in there buy one stick of gum. Hastings would always say, he's like, man, you go to Wawa. You go to Wawa on a Monday, dude. You have no money and you come out with more food than I had. I'm like, dude, just a survivor.
Yeah.
So I go in there, and I think at that age, when you saw the beefaroni, you're like, oh, that's a comfort, simple food. So it was already ingrained, the beefaroni, man.
I might have to try to replicate it. I might try to make it.
So it's funny you say replicating because I saw that it was slowly going out because there was only a few Wawas that were starting to have it.
That's how it
I'll go check it. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, well this one still has it. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. So what I do now is when I get the meatball cup, I also get the mac and cheese, and that combo's up. I make my own beefaroni.
So you put the mac and cheese in with the meatballs, or just the extra sauce with the meatballs?
It depends on how sloppy I'm being. It's all reckless. So I will tell you, if I've gone through the meatballs as a chef, so I don't know if I should say chef, but whatever. That tomato sauce is not getting wasted. That definitely is getting dumped into the mac and cheese. No, and it's my mini beefaroni. But the beefaroni, I used to always take the beefaroni anyway and combine it with the mac and cheese.
Good. Double.
Dude, we're orgying this food. It is just, you know what I mean? Like Matt and I used to say, if we ain't fucking, we're at least fucking some food.
Yeah.
You mean something's happening? There's one pleasure happening after this bar. You know what I mean? Why are you taking something home? It's definitely going to Wawa and Power Coffee place. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Good old Wawa. Late night Wawa. That is the best, dude. Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you what, though. It's funny you bring up. This is what I want to talk to you about. So, to go back to the 4:30, let's rewind. Because I did have a kind of a cool morning. Also stressful. I've already spent, just for being self-employed, I've already spent $1,200 this morning. That's a start.
It's just a number.
That's just a number.
It's no
real.
Big deal.
That's just deal. Right now.
Yeah.
That's not even counting. Today I will spend. I'm gonna spend at least $10,000. So we're probably up to $11,000 debt.
Okay, no big deal.
That's not. It can be because when I get in between jobs, I'm starting to float a job. I'm starting to float money. So I need to go out and collect so I can come back up. So it's scary sometimes.
Yeah, I get that.
So, no idea what I was going to do. Anyway, so first thing this morning was I had to drop a trailer off at Deb Judy's because we're doing hardwood floors there.
Right.
Get that dropped off, and then I hurry up to an 8 o'clock. I always have usually an estimate. Fridays, like I said, are now my estimate day. So I already saw a couple, and we're going over the basement and stuff, and talking. It goes well. Give them a couple different options, and then we're sitting there talking, and like he and I are driving. He's like, what year did you graduate? And that's why I know someone's like feeling me out as far as like maybe we played sports or something like that. Because if a male asks me what year did I graduate, I know that he's trying to figure out if we played ball against each other or something. Right. Yeah. So he's like, I graduated in 2001. I was like, I was 2004. I was like, where'd you go? He said, Dover. I said, I don't think we played Dover back then in football. I said, but I did run track. And I used to like to go to Dover because it was a fast track. He's like, oh, you ran a track? I was like, yeah. And he's a black guy. I said, oh, yeah, dude, I'm black from the waist down. He's like, he started laughing. And then he's like, hey, man, we got talking more. He's like, you mind asking what your tattoo's about? I was like, I don't know, nothing really.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you don't really look like a regular, like your mannerisms, like you're not really that white, you know? Like I was like, no, I do tan like very easily. And I was like, I really do appreciate it. And he and I got to talking about just social strings and stuff, and then I said I started talking about this is what I want to talk to you about. I call it the Wawa phenomenon. Okay. I've been thinking about this for several years. Now, you deal with a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I deal with a lot of people. See a lot of random people. Mm-hmm. All kind of baggage, all kind of good. Right. You go on to a Facebook website, like the Smyrna Clayton page, it's mostly hate. It's just crazy, crazy stuff said, right?
Yeah, obnoxious, yeah.
I would agree, it's easy, I would think, to agree that a lot of people just, a lot of nastiness, a lot of just, like, people not looking at themselves.
Yeah.
But the moment people get to Wawa, something changes in them. Because if you get to Wawa, what happens when you get to the door?
Then everybody's pleasant.
You cannot go to Wawa now, as someone will be trying to hold the door open for you. It blows my mind that everyone, when you get to Wawa,
everybody's happy and pleasant.
I would say inside all the time, saying for the most part, the door. Now everyone has etiquette and chivalry and like, let me get the door. Oh, you going? You coming out? Let me get the door from. Like, it's the only place where I'm like, all you guys I know are shitbags online. Yeah. But for some reason, when I get to Wawa, it's like a thing when you get to Wawa, like someone needs to be holding the door.
Yeah.
Also because people drive, for some reason, they like to drive on a left lane too. They only go through one side of the door, where I'm like, you could go through the side door. No one holds the door for each other.
But it's because we're in America and everything's on the left. You move in the left.
Yeah, but it's only at Wawa that happens. That everyone holds the door. They make sure to get the door for you. Yeah. Maybe you'll start noticing now, but I always noticed that.
Well, thinking back, like you don't. It's like that the majority of the time, and I think it's even inside. The old Wawa, the smaller one.
Yeah.
It's pretty jammed up a lot of times. And, and there really is. There's never a problem. I'm trying to think. Like very rare that is an issue.
They got good employees. Sweet.
So yeah,
sweet ladies in there.
Yeah, and they're all the same. You get to know. Traditionally, you're usually in a spot like that at the same time every time you go. But no, man. So I hear that, right? Think about that, and it tells you that people they're still pretty good, no matter what everybody says and thinks. Like everybody wants to shit on today how people are, but most people are still good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most people, even if they're assholes online, they're really not. They really don't want to be an asshole. They had a bad moment, and now you don't have to sit with it and get over it. You have the option to go bitch about it. You know what I mean? And whereas like back in the day, you had the same feelings, but you got to sit with it and get over it, and then you move on, and nobody ever knew about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But some people, they can't stop themselves. I don't think it means they're bad though.
That doesn't mean they're bad.
Dude, the Wawa phenomenon. That is pretty phenomenal. I like.
I'll be watching people.
Think everything else the majority of places like that are automatic doors. You don't have to. Royal Farms. There's automatic doors that go in.
I don't go to Royal Farms anymore.
Yeah. I don't like. I'm not.
There's nothing I need in there anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go there for diesel because the Wawa is a nightmare. I never ever go to that big Wawa in Smyrna is a nightmare for gas.
In the summertime, it's holy cow.
7:30. Like if I get to a Wawa at 7:30, it's too late. But like for diesel too, because it's only on the ends. That's it. There ain't multiple pumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a nightmare. But the Royal Farms, when they went to like check yourself out, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. I don't. I'm not a fan of that either, man.
I like it like a compliment. I like how Wawa has it. Like, hey, if you want to come, there's two there.
Yeah.
If you want to check out real quick, get it done. Yeah. I like the compliment of it.
Right.
I'm not trying to be like.
I still never use it
because I'm not trying to sit behind a bunch of people that like are trying to fit. There's somebody. There's people still trying to figure out how to use the card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean on a machine. How to swipe, and you're like, come on.
Yeah. You know that Wawa's going away, right?
Which one?
The little one.
Is it
It's
really?
going to turn into a big one. Yeah.
It is. Well, that makes sense.
I mean, but I don't like it though. I like that old school Wawa. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one in the state.
I was excited when they got a bathroom.
And not the porta potty.
Not the porta potty.
Outside.
That is. I know. I think that's the OG. That's where we always went. Like when we were in high school and we would be out drinking on a weekend.
Yeah.
We used to call it a Wawa run.
And that's where I know, even for my guys, if we're going hunting or fishing, and then you're leaving early in the morning, everybody meets there at that Wawa. So when they say, all right, meet me at the Wawa at 5, meet me at the Wawa at 3, whatever, you don't have to tell me which one. That's just the one we go to. You know what I mean?
Isn't it crazy? Like you know hunting season's on when you walk into like that Wawa and everybody's camoed out.
Oh yeah, it's like, camo and correction officers.
Oh yeah,
there's a prison right down the street.
They should just what they should do is move the whole. They should put like an on-site Wawa just at
Yeah, that might be
a thing.
Man, they would love that.
The other thing is man, dangerous game to play though. So is Helen's before a hunt. For a waterfowl, you got if you have waders on.
I rarely will do that. But
that is a dangerous game, bud.
Yeah. God,
someone comes over like, and the fat guy in me, I'm like, how am I not going to eat this Hellens? Especially Hastings might take some time to put some hot sauce on for you. Yeah. He's that kind of guy. Whew. He's like, you want a Hellens? I'm like, I can't say no.
Yeah.
Also, if I eat this, I want to shit my pants in the middle of a swampy area. If it's 20 degrees out, I ain't taking all the stuff out, and I'm sitting. And if I drank the night before,
it's good work. But it tastes so good when you do that too.
Talking about prep. Talking about like prep too, man. Like you gotta not eat bad before the night before weightlifting. Mm-hmm. That's huge for me.
Mm-hmm. Anymore. I mean, at 42, I can't do that. Back 20 years ago, absolutely. I can go drink and then go work out in the morning. I'm fine.
And it is damn sure for going waterfowl hunting.
Yeah.
Well, I think partly is like definitely like not like getting excited. Cannot go out the night before. You got to get up early. You have to get the good night's sleep.
Yeah.
And you cannot be in there like fucking bubble gutting. You can't be out there risking the biscuit, dude.
No.
You can't be out there like, all right, I gotta go. Like you know, like you got like I had a Helen's belly buster. We're done. I gotta get out of this blind. Like
yeah. Mark would always have a roll of toilet paper in his blind bag, and I've had to make the move at the boat ramp before, halfway launching the boat, and I'm like, you got that PP there with you? Hurry up, make a dash over to the bushes real quick. But no, it's why I think about that sometimes, because I hunt, 3+ times a week during the fall and winter, and if I'm getting up early to go waterfowl hunting or deer hunting, I know I got to go to bed early, and I'm not going to have beverages. But I remember thinking, remember back to, whatever the early years, and going out Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday, just getting hammered and partying all night, going home sleeping for 3 hours, getting up, going to the field, goose hunting.
Figure out who made it, who's a man, who made it. Like I didn't make it.
And now I can't fathom doing that. Now it's like it hurts. Because every once in a while it'll happen. Every once in a while, you have a few drinks or something like that the night before, and you get up and go, and like fuck, I'm dragging ass. You know, my head's all hurting and everything like that. So yeah, I can't do that. I can't do those things anymore. So the prep being just like I know the night before I'm chilling. I know I'm not doing anything. We're not going out. We're not going anywhere. We're not having people over. I don't want the peer pressure.
Yeah.
I fall into that peer pressure too when you're out with your boys and say, hey, we want to have a drink. You're not going to turn it down, right? That's like man code, right? That's a dude. That's a dude code. If you
not going to beer.
Yeah, if I come over your house and you hand me a beer,
especially you're in the open, like what,
you have a water for me. No, you can't do that. You know, because it's have the fucking beer with your boy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's you can do it so many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the man code things. So the best thing you can do is just not do anything.
Yeah, you gotta get yourself. That's what I learned is not to get myself in the situation where I'm going to be weak.
Yeah, because you know yourself.
I know myself. Yep. I've learned it. We've tried to fight against it.
Yeah,
we've tried, and that's where I'm like, all right, it is my habits. It's not the yes to the no. It's the habits before that lead to mistakes.
Yeah. So, but for those reasons, right? Like so. Yeah, I won't get sloppy the day before, or even stay up late. That's almost no different anymore.
Yeah.
Like if I know I got to get up at 4, I'm not staying up till 11 o'clock at night.
That's the other reason for getting up at 4:30. It makes me go to bed at like as soon as I get the kids down, like I'm starting to fall, and it's important to me because I've always been a night owl. Like
I know.
Like 2 to 4 a.m. was a normal. That was a normal.
Dude, I don't know if I've ever operated like that. Like,
that was...
like every once in a while, I'd be up that late. But even going out partying, like I'm not, 1, 2, I'm in bed.
Even when Candace first met me, I still had to have what we would call bed beers.
Yeah.
Where like, I just didn't understand how people went to sleep. So I would have bed beers. Dude, sometimes I'd have up to like a 6-pack.
Just
in bed,
sitting in bed,
trying to like that was. Oh, is she trying to get in?
Oh,
she good. She's playing with stuff.
Oh, okay. We got Charlotte out there. My daughter. It's an in-service day. School's out.
Yeah.
So the boy's at daycare. He'd be in and out here. He'd be a maniac. Charlotte, 9 years old. She's a little more self-sufficient. I told her you got a big, giant, awesome playground outside. So. Yeah, so she's entertaining herself. She should be good to go.
That's like the father. Like, no matter what, that's not even your kid. You still like, oh, what's up?
Yeah,
you know
no.
That happens to other people. Like, it just be a stranger. Like, everything good? Right.
Yeah, no.
It's like a communal, like, anxiety, That could be a communal anxiety of, like, things happening, like, about kids. It's just kind of in you.
Do you feel, I know we're jumping all over the place, but it is Freestyle. It's Freestyle Friday.
Yeah.
Fuck it Friday.
Free flow.
Have you found that since you've become a dad that you're a little more aware of children's moves, even if they're not yours?
Oh yeah.
Especially
if there's parents that aren't good at watching their kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, for sure. I think first I watch how kids interact with my kids, just to make sure they're safe. And I'm not saying kids are just like the kid's going to be me. I just like he understands like maybe it's like a lot of times if the kids are bigger, but make it's either the kids are like going to accidentally hurt Macon or Macon's going to hurt himself trying to keep up.
Yeah.
So first off, I watch that. I watch for like I also just watch for like weirdo kids. Like if that kid is just got bad behavior. It's just like, if they're going to play with it, they find a stick and he's just going to like, because I remember being a kid, there was kids that just were assholes.
Oh, yeah.
That just fucking like would hit me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that for Macon. I don't need him. Like I was saying before, there's some lessons you don't need to learn. I don't need him getting whacked. I guess maybe he does. He needs to learn that people. Kids are just kids can be an asshole. So I try to keep them out of danger.
Yeah.
Also, and I've had this conversation too with Kansas, I also try to do that stuff. I hover a little bit and make sure everything's clear because if I don't want to have to freak out, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If the kids can be kids, they can hurt each other. Like as far as like normal stuff happening, like.
But it's more about your kid involved with other children, not so much if you saw you're not concerned about other kids that aren't involved in you, your friends, your kids, whatever. Because I can turn that shit right off. I mean, it maybe some people look at it as a bad thing, but I'm worried about mine. That's really it. Now my friends, of course, right? I'll worry about my friends' kids, and how my kids are interacting with others and all that stuff. But other than that, man, that's your problem. That's not my problem. You know what I mean? And there's probably a bad way to look at it. But I stay hyper focused on my own stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So unless it involves me directly, my kids directly, or my friends, like if Macon was out doing something, whatever, then and I know if I need to bust Macon's ass, I'll do it, right, or whatever. And if I say bust his ass theoretically, whatever. But now if it's just at a park and there's some other kids doing some sketchy shit, then
that's on them.
That's on you.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because their parents. I've always had like a. People need, they need to have their own lessons,
Mm-hmm.
I've always had so many similes of like, sometimes I do let people pay for stuff for me because I don't want to take that moment from them for feeling good. I also don't want to steal the moment of like, you should learn if that's your kid, you should be probably fucking, and then that kid can learn like, yeah man, your parents really ain't watching you should probably like hone in on your own safety, man. I don't know, but I gotta get this one, he's already leaving.
Yeah. No.
I mean, like
that's a huge lesson.
Now, if a kid was fucking dangling stuck and is about to, obviously,
I mean,
lifeguard for life, dude.
I mean, look, and probably if somebody even gets this far in the podcast, they're gonna say, "Well, Jerry doesn't care."
Oh, fuck Jerry, man.
If a kid's hanging off the cliff or he's running out into traffic, no, that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't mean that. Well, I just mean normal shit. You know what I mean? See a kid doing something I know damn well his parents aren't gonna approve of. And that's some stranger.
I'm not going to go and helicopter everyone's.
Dude, I got a hard enough time watching my own too. Like instance at a park.
I can't even hang. If it's a park, it's just with Macon. It's. I look at him. I'll chase him around. Like it's just. When
you wait until they get a little bit older, then you just know. I'm like, all right, Charlotte's got a bright pink shirt on.
Yeah. And
I know how to glance and make sure I can only see that bright pink shirt. I'm not going to be all up on you. I'll let you go climb the monkey bars and do your thing, especially if she's with friends. I'll hang back, 100 yards or whatever, however far she gets away. But I know that when I glance around, I know what she's wearing. I know what to look for. You know what I mean? I make sure, I've got the awareness that like I kind of always know where you're at. I'm going to give you your space, but I know what's going on to keep you safe. Same thing with Jared too.
This is nice because I'm gonna roll into something. I'm gonna first say that Macon's been obviously he's just turned 3, so
he's a little bit younger.
Yeah, so I always like watch out for his safety with the other kids so they don't get run over. They don't like some of the kids will like just push kids down the slide if they ain't ready and shit. Like, so I make sure I check I'm all good with the normal hits, the normal fuck ups with kids at a park. Yeah, I'm all good with that. I just make sure it is just a normal.
You don't want him on top of a slide or where that fire pole is, and a kid bumps him and he falls. 6 feet. Yeah, you don't want that.
I'm not trying to be a bad dad out here. I didn't know. Yeah, no.
Or you don't want to deal with a broken arm either.
Now at the same time, I don't remember my parents watching me that much.
No.
I don't know if that's a different generational thing. What the fuck is that pop?
The fuck?
What did it say?
I don't know. It's on now. Who cares? We're still recording.
Yeah.
Oh, battery, bitch. Battery about to die. This motherfucker.
Oh, plug it in. Oh, time out. Yeah, we'll plug her in.
Plug it in. Oh, here's Corey. This motherfucker ain't being texted. See, I started to do it. Wow, I just caught that. That is a technical difficulty we just caught in time.
We're going to take a quick intermission, folks. Grab your popcorn. Let's go. A couple of campfire stories coming up. So there's 2 kids that wake up in the morning. Alright? Fucking hear me, dude?
Yeah.
Mom walks in. She says to the first kid, "You guys hungry? What would you like to eat?" Number 1. I don't know the names. Let's give kids no names. He goes, "I'll tell you what I want. I want some fucking Cheerios." So, mom goes there, slaps that boy. They're talking like that. Looks at the second kid and goes, "What do you want for breakfast?" And that second kid goes, Well, I sure don't want no fucking Cheerios. What a stupid joke I learned 20 years ago.
That's not the right one.
Great, it's not the right one. I'm gonna tell you right now, though, I don't have a lot of jokes.
I don't either. I'm not a joke guy.
I don't have a lot of. I have a lot of stories. I don't have a lot of old dad jokes, you know. And I don't really run into people trying to tell them. Unless it's the kind of person that is telling them. That's the one I don't know how to laugh at. I'm like, man, these aren't good. You're good to go. It's charging now. Alright.
Perfect here. Uh-oh.
Perfect.
What
Fuck
is
you
it?
just touch.
No.
Here we go. Cancel it all.
No.
Cancel it all. Shut it all down.
I'm just gonna.
You got a backwards light on?
Yeah, I'm just not even gonna mess with it.
Fuck it. We're rolling hot.
Alright.
So,
Thank God we caught that. Good eye.
so man, I already thought about this a couple times, and I was a wild child.
Yeah.
They used to call me Terrible T. This is a true story. So you know, like the little jockey that's like back in the day was in a lot of people's like the little jockeys that were on the front porches.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. They would either that or a car bumper would have to tie me to, because I was a runner, straight dawn. Well, so when we used to live in Swanwick, which is in Newcastle.
Yeah, I know about Swanwick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we used to live.
Okay.
And yeah, you used to tie me to that shit so I wouldn't run away. You know, at a very young age, I don't know if anybody was watching. I have no idea, because I would end up, there was an Acme right down the, or Super Fresh right down the street. Yeah, Super Fresh.
It was right in front of Swanwick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to walk to that.
Mm-hmm.
As I don't know, I would have been like 4, 5, and I used to walk to it, and I would fill a shopping cart up. I had no idea what I was doing. I did know I was supposed to pay, but I would fill it up, and then somebody would figure out eventually that I wasn't with a parent, and then I'd go back in the office, and I was such a regular they'd end up calling my brother, and my brother would have to come in and get me.
Dude, that's wild.
Oh yeah, but it used to be we were regulars at Delaware Park.
Okay.
Like weekends there, that was a lot of, I don't say a lot of my growing up, but we did a lot there. You know,
Like the horse races?
yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
And we would get there, and then I would be like free, because they had a playground and stuff there too.
Mm-hmm.
And I had regular weekend friends.
That you know were always there.
Always there, you know what I mean? So, and I think back to that age, and that is like, you know, I moved to Smyrna when I was in 2nd grade.
Yeah, so you were young.
We were young.
Yeah, so you're like
Could I-
7, 8 years old.
Yeah. So could I you know, how old's Charlotte?
9,
How old's Jerry?
5.
5. So,
Like Jerry walking to the Acme
well,
and a Super Fresh.
yes, yeah.
And just yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: if you went to Dover, you went to Delaware Park right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you went up in the stands,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you say, "All right, go do your thing," would you let Jerry run all over the place wherever?
No.
My
No,
parents did.
not there. Yeah, not.
I don't know if
not
it's a
Delaware
different
Park.
trust time. I don't know how they did it. I'll do. I mean, unless
Yeah.
I showed super confidence in like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they would be doing their thing, and then I'd go run around everywhere. I mean, we'd play up in the stands. We'd go down to go down the escalator somewhere else. We'd run around everywhere. And I don't know if it's because like it's open track, they could see me run.
Maybe they could.
Maybe they could.
So I'm trying to think too. Like if we were at a park, we would go like to something like Lumps Pond, and I don't remember. I remember playing and all that. That I don't remember my like mom being there, holding me, guiding me down the slide or whatever. Like I don't, but maybe like we do, we just kind of sit back and watch. We're seeing you,
Yeah.
and maybe just because you're your kid, you don't pay attention. You're just off doing your thing. You're not worried about who's
I think
watching
it's
you.
generational. I think that
It could
generation.
be.
I think that generation was like
It could be. Yeah.
Because I think about how I grew up. So when we came down here in 2nd grade, I had a bike. Right, I biked into town.
Yeah.
Like I went down, like where where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I would leave there. Let's say I went 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
4th, the 5th, whatever.
You
Like,
would ride up Glenwood right into town.
I ride into town. I go right down 300, ride it like Wood. So, what grade's Jerry in?
He'll be in kindergarten next year. He's
should
not
be.
even in kindergarten.
So if he's like, let's say like, I definitely ride my bike all the time, like 5th and 6th grade.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But like before like, so you'd be like, yeah, I mean like 3rd. So yeah, like all the time. I was a young kid, and I would ride my bike all the way in town.
Well, see, now you can't do that because Glenwood Avenue is a fucking shit show. You know what I mean? The people are, you know.
Let's say no one. I know the biggest risk is people texting and driving now.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, if Charlotte was like, "Hey, I want to walk to Providence Crossing, where my friend is," and she would have to cross Glenwood Avenue, like, there's no fucking way I let her do that because
That's 300.
yeah. So
Keep
that's
going Glenwood Avenue.
well, I guess it's Glenwood another 100 yards into town.
Where the fuck is Glenwood? Is so deep, son.
It's the same road, but anyway,
Is
it's
it?
300. Yeah, it's the same road.
Glenwood. Oh, it does. That little section they
Yeah,
call
well, I guess we
Okay.
there you probably call it Wheatley's Pond Road.
Yeah,
it's all the same
Get
thing.
fucking right around here,
but
dude.
yeah,
If you come
300
into Smyrna, dude,
Right.
get our fucking streets right, dude. Even if
So
it's wrong, right?
yeah, if you're gonna cross 300, like there's no way I'll let her do that because A, there's a shit ton of people. That road is crazy. B, yeah, the texting and driving thing, you know, people just don't pay attention, you know, and so there's no way I would let her bike into town.
You know, we sit down that road, dude. I would take we would have like a boat. We would take canoes and just
Yeah.
I used to have like racks, like metal racks, like tool racks, and we
Mhm.
would just push it down 300 and go right to Wheatley's Pond and fish.
Yeah, it's
I, as a young kid, we would be in Wheatley's Pond as
Yeah.
like 5th and 6th graders, be in Wheatley's Pond by ourselves all day with a trolling motor. Like, I think what I'm saying is I don't know that I could let my kids go like my parents let me go.
yeah.
That's probably why I'm pretty comfortable with life too, because I was out there early. Getting it.
Yeah, I mean, we've walked up and down Route 40, you know, at young ages. Yeah, middle school, we'd be, you know, we're going to walk to Wawa, walk to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
We walked from, I don't know if you know Route 40 and Bear that good.
Come on, dude. I lived in Bexwoods.
So the Salem Church Road area.
Bexwoods, dude. Come on.
Okay, all right, so you're close.
I almost lived there. Like my parents bought a house.
Yeah.
And the building went bankrupt. Then we
Yeah.
moved to Smyrna.
Yeah, so you know, like, where Glasgow Trailer Court is.
Yeah.
I'd lived there as
Okay.
a kid. So we would walk to that Wawa. Or Mark lived up Route 40,
Yeah.
across the Route 40 other side. I would walk to his house. And then from there, we would walk to Fox Run.
And we were right by Fox Run.
Yeah,
I
so
would say right now, what's the apartments there called?
I think it's called Fox Run, aren't they?
I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. As part of his kid, growing up in Bexwoods,
Mhm.
This is when everyone had a bike. Like
Yeah,
bike
well, yeah,
gangs,
that's all we did.
Bike gangs.
All we
day.
did was bike, yeah.
So if I lived in Bexwoods, I would have been in 1st or 2nd grade. I think I came down halfway through the year, so I would have been 1st or 2nd grade.
Okay.
Dude, I had a friend who lived in the apartments. So if Bexwoods here, if you're staring at Bexwoods, it's to the left. I don't even know what to call it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a great place.
No, none of those places are great.
So and there was a hedgerow that you would cut through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All them neighborhoods were connected through, like, hedgerows and fences
Yes.
and shit.
So I can remember, dude, to get over to, I think his name was TJ or DJ. And dude, I can remember, like, I get my bike, I creep into the fucking hedgerow, and I knew, like, it was a race to the front door because there was older kids that were on the right that were just assholes, dude.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Just trying to get a fight going. You know what I mean? Like, so I just creep out, like, ha! And I can remember one time, man. I don't know why they could have chased me into the apartments, but it was always a race to the front door to get in there so I could get my ass beat.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can remember one time I got a head start on them and I flicked them off.
Oh, shit.
And came and cooked it back, and then I remember I came back into Bexwoods, and my brother he remembers the story clear as day because where he was walking around Bexwoods, and then like 8 dudes showed up, like around his age. Which he would have been like, he was 8 years older than me. Oh, who cares? I don't know what age, but
Right.
ready to go, man, ready to fight.
Oh, shit.
Not just because I flicked the kids off. And every day, man, gosh, growing up there was rough.
Dude,
I had some crazy
dude.
times, man. I remember Matt had a bunch of, I feel bad for Matt. God, I messed up so much of his growing up. He had just got, I think, a bunch of communion money. I didn't know what it was. Not a communion money. I don't know what it was. Birthday, confirmation money. I don't know what the hell it was. But it was sitting on...
It was not your money.
It was not my money. It was not my money, dude. And it was sitting on a chair, and I took it, and I remember I got with my just absolute... those kids probably can't be doing well today. They had every card stacked against them.
Dude, most of them are not. Yeah, most of them are not.
Like that house, I can remember going, when we went to that house, like to that dude's house, he came to visit me one time down here, but when we went to his house, it was straight hot dogs and mustard. Like that's that that's like, it'd be like an old movie scene now. Like I can still remember the smell of that house. Like you'd open it up and it was just some hot dogs and some mustard. Those kids were super ass skinny, like, redheads, just like, that's it, man. The mom was like, I don't know where she never was. There was never any rules, man. Never any rules. But I took that money and we went like right down. We walked up the street. There used to be a, I don't know if it was a pawn shop or what. I don't know what the hell it was. We walked there and I bought shit.
Dude, this is sounding like a Theo Von story right now.
This is straight up, straight up. And I remember I bought this big old skull coin collector skull thing. I bought everybody else some shit, and we came back. I was all happy about it, and my brother lost his motherfucking mind, son.
Yeah.
He went and broke that skull right immediately. And then my dad had to go down and shake down that dude that sold us the shit for the money, because he's like, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
Yeah, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, but this is Route 40, dude. That didn't give a shit.
No. Yeah, it was that area was so different than it is now, but it's not, because there was even I lived there from up until I was 15, 16. I think I was 16. We lived in Glasgow, and so grew up there. That's all I can remember is being on that street. And me and my buddy Anthony that lived on the same street as I did, we chat because we're like, I feel like we're like two of the only people in that hood that like made it, right? That made it out. That was like, that's doing all right. You know what I mean? And because a lot of them are fucked up on drugs or living the same life, living the same type of bullshit. But I feel like, and don't get me wrong, I had great memories there. We had a killer childhood, riding bikes all the time, kickball in the street, football in the street, all those great things. We had good neighbors, parents all hung out with everybody else, but yeah, man, summertime we would just run wild. We were all over the place. You know what I mean? Every once in a while you go check in, but that's it. But yeah, like riding your bikes, trying to push the envelope a little bit, get a little farther away than you're really supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
But just being fucking dirty little heathens all day long. It was great.
Lakes pond, fucking trying to catch turtles,
dude. But from being there, I knew what I didn't want growing up. You know what I mean? I didn't want to keep living there.
Yeah.
When you start realize man, I want to get out of here. For the same reasons why my parents finally moved out.
Yeah, it's same reason here. I mean, even my brother says like, dude, if we had lived up north, you would be in jail.
Yeah.
Dude, I can still remember clear as day my first shoplifting.
Yeah.
I can remember those two knuckleheads. I thought they were like, yeah, we're gonna get some candy. I'm like, all right, cool, man.
Yeah.
And we went down. I don't know what's there. I don't even know. It would have been on Route 40 near there. I don't remember. It was in Acme, whatever. But I remember then we were all like, all right, great, we're gonna get some candy. I don't have no money, man. These guys got money.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, you gotta stick this in your pocket. So we went in the bathroom, stuck it. I was like,
yeah. And there was no cameras then.
No cameras then.
Yeah, you just had to rely.
I felt so bad about it. No, in Smyrna, we used to do it for a rush, kind of. I mean, I never had money, so like the old dairy, the one next to Sprawn City, that one, the Dairy Mart.
Yep.
Robbery all the time. All the time, man. You send one to distract and one's cleaning up. Same thing with grams, man. Like, I negotiated my lunch money for either I'm buying grams or I'm stealing grams and getting lunch. Like, one of the two is happening.
We would do like, we'd hit up a 7-Eleven a good bit, and like, if we had a couple dollars, we'd buy a couple things.
Yeah. But
then somehow we walked out with a bunch more than what we bought.
Jerry, I gotta be honest, I stole a lot. Man, it is. Thinking about it, it's like, man, that's kind of shameful. I did steal a lot. even of, I mean, where do you begin? I mean, a lot of it as a kid, I think it's like your first, like, man, I don't even think it was about the like the rush of like. I think the problem with shoplifting as a kid, it does teach you how to cross a threshold of fear.
Yeah.
Which does make it easier to do other things.
To do it, yeah.
Which luckily for me, it was just how to tackle life. Wasn't like, I need to do more shit like this. No. I was just like, I'm not, yeah.
It's like it's like one of the crossroads. I think every kid is going to do it. Something small, something big, whatever. Yeah. But then after that is a crossroads. Like you felt bad. Yeah. Right. So you're like, so that was yourself. You knew I'm not going to continue to do this.
I'm not going to.
The other people say like they liked it, so they would keep doing it. Kind of thing.
No, I wouldn't admit it. I mean, it is fun. You
got stuff. Well, let me ask you this.
It's fun when the pressure's on. It's like real. That's what makes it. I think that's why the shoplifting is a thing, even if you don't want it.
It's the rush. It's the dopamine hit.
Yeah.
So something similar. Have you ever done? Just no, we haven't done. Dine and dash. Eat your food and fucking roll out.
I mean, they're not called dine and dashing, Jerry. It's called fucking. You're either fucking surviving or you're not. You ever heard? Or as I used to tell Mike, if you ain't skimming, you ain't swimming, baby.
Jesus Christ!
You would think like, dude. I always bring up this one. I was notorious for not paying my bill at J-Dubs.
Really?
I never
How
had
could you
money.
even go back?
Easily.
That's crazy, man.
Easily. Look, when there's 20 people sitting at a table and one check don't make it, it's maybe it's not seen.
Yeah.
You know? But a lot of times, here's the thing. I didn't have money, but I wasn't going to say no to the opportunity of going. Yeah. I'm going to get, like, that's how it was in the world. Like, I'm getting J-Dubs. Yeah. Now, I'll figure it out if I feel like a piece of crap and I want to, like, bug one of my friends for some money.
Yeah.
Or I only have enough money for Bubba's later.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I also rob Bubba's. So, look, here would be like a normal night. We always, for years, we would go to J-Dubs. And we would do the wings, get the hot garlics.
They were the best wings, man.
I have their recipe, by the way.
I think you told me that before.
I did.
I think we talked about this.
I've been trying to get Travis at Celtic to like make it wing. You know what I mean?
Dude,
so
come on.
So we would start there, and back then, oh my God, dude, sometimes I would start off with 30 wings.
Yeah.
30 wings.
I could still put 30 wings down.
Yeah. This was the start. I might get another 10 or clean or something else. So we would do that, knock back 98 beers.
Right.
So, and then we would go to Bubba's.
Yeah.
It would be Bubba's night.
Yep.
Now, Bubba's has Bubba brews. Mm-hmm. They were only, $1, $2? I don't even know what they were.
I didn't drink beer there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't?
That Long Island iced tea.
That's back when like your originals were like, do you got to get a Long Island? Like you only need a couple
Long
of these.
Long Island iced tea with like 3 straws in it.
It's like that was like the first original Chipotle hack. Like if you order like this, you get more like.
Well, and then you need your bartenders too. Yeah. The bartenders in there.
Well, what I did is, but I started going there in high school.
Yeah.
High school, because the one bartender, man, he was so cool. One black guy back there. He was a really cool. I forget his name. He was such a cool guy. He sold a car to a teacher that I partially not lived with, but one of my friends lived with, and then we were always there all the time. That's a whole other story.
Yeah. Cool.
But so we had to learn him, and I remember, dude, I was in high school. I was a senior, and Mike was like, "Yo, I can get you in." He said, "You'll let in." I'm like, "Let's go."
It was so easy back then.
So easy. So I go in there. I would always go in there, and then there was a lot of bartenders.
Yes.
And I always say this today, like, I don't know how the bar keeps, like, I don't know how they did accounting, like, how they accounted for, because they didn't take, this is a bar that they didn't build a tab, they didn't take your card. They just, your name, your shirt, whatever they knocked you with, right?
Well, I've left cards there before.
That bar always was, like, old school bartender, like, you're a black shirt guy, I'm the hat, like, that way they can remember everybody.
Yeah.
I took advantage of that. I got a drink, like, I would go up, maybe get 4 at a time, and I would hit each bartender that was possible in there. You know what I mean? And then I would never pay those tabs.
See, that's a different.
Because I didn't have the money, Jerry.
We had a.
But I wasn't missing out on the opportunity.
No.
Whatever, man. That was my fucking. That was whatever, man.
We had our regular bartender there, Tony, and he was in the back right corner, and we would just always go to him, and like, so he gets to know you, whatever, makes your drinks real good. You always got served, no matter fast, no matter what. He could be 3 people, 5 people deep in the bar, and he's gonna get your drink. Don't think, hey, here's your drinks here, and Pam and I would go there, and we would drink like all fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, we're gonna get our tab at the end of the night, and it would be $12.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, cool.
Then you tip big on that.
$12, give him a $50 bill or whatever, which was a lot back then.
Yeah.
But that was the game. You know what I mean? That's
I had a lot of those games a little later. Once I like actually.
See, well, this is where the little bit of the age difference is, right? Because you're 5 years younger than me. So we're talking back then. I was
back in the 20s. That's a big difference.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was 27-ish. Probably, so if you're just 22,
18.
21, right?
I was 18 at one
Yeah,
point.
well, even younger, right? So yeah, so like if I wasn't completely broke, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like I could go out, I paid my cover and all that stuff, but I talk about
that's usually where I had to lose the money because I knew I had to pay the cover to give it in.
Yeah. So the damn flying here, man. But I could never see. My mom worked in the service industry, so I could never do the dine and dash thing. I did it one time. Me and my buddy Anthony at Portofino's up in Newcastle. I know you know where Portofino's is, right near Old Newcastle on Newcastle Avenue. We went in there and had lunch one day, and sat down at the table or the counter, wherever we were eating. It was a table. Ordered fucking mess of food, man. And I don't know if you remember, Portofino's had like the restaurant side, and then there was like a bar side or something.
Yeah.
And that the other side is where the bathroom was.
I'm doing it, like I know.
Or it was like, I'm sorry, it was like a takeout side, right?
Okay.
Sit down restaurant, takeout, but you can go back and forth. Well, the bathroom's over there. So I was like, look, I'm gonna go, and it was nobody in the restaurant. We were like one of like 3 people in there.
Mm.
So I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. When I get back, I'm gonna go out the other door that's over that side, so she don't see me. I'm gonna go get in my car. And I said, wait like a couple minutes, and then you go to do that, and then come out. When you come out, I'll have the car pulled up, ready, door open. So I gotta do my thing, go sneak out the door, get my car, kind of drove around the sides, the passenger side's right at the door, and he comes fucking busting out of there, running, door slung open. And he's like, go.
Obvious, like, just.
Oh, yeah. And we just fucking hammered out of there. And dude, I felt fucking terrible. Like,
look, what you did is worse. All right, I've never actually dined and dashed in like.
No, and the poor old lady, just like an old lady server too.
I don't like to say I slipped out. You know what I mean? Like,
this really
there's like 20, 30 people at this table. She got her tip money. Most of everything I paid. One guy forgot his bill. You know what I mean?
No, and that was the only time I ever did it because I felt so fucking bad. And I was.
That's good.
I was only 18 because it was the summer after I graduated high school.
I've never purposefully ate somewhere and then like ran out. Yeah. Now I did, dude. I mean, recently I pulled a power move at Mama C's, not a couple years ago with Candace.
Yeah.
Now I was a little bit intoxicated. That's probably all over the mic. I was just a little bit. So we're at Starboard, and I wanted to get pizza. Now, I'm a winner, okay? I'll make it happen. Mm-hmm. Candace will get some pizza. Mm-hmm. I'll make some pizza happen. I don't know why. I don't know. Oh, I think the ATM was down. This is why.
Yeah.
ATM was down inside. Yeah. I had
cash
a little bit of cash. And by a little bit, bro, I had $4.
And you wanted a whole pie.
I didn't go a whole pie. Okay. I got another store for a whole pie.
Yeah, whole pies are expensive.
I'm going to let this story out. How are we doing on time?
Oof, man. Make it the last story.
Okay. So, we So she's like, I want to get some pizza. I'm like, I'm going to make that happen for you, boo-boo, because I'm the man.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. That's just what we do.
I'm getting it.
That's what we do.
I'm very street cred. My street cred's high. All right? She don't know that I'm like, I'm well-versed in making it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's get that slice, let me get that slice, and let me get that slice and that slice. There's 4 slices, all right? Mm-hmm. Can't overdo it. I know my move. I can't, it has to, I kind of sell the move to the guy it's about to happen to.
Yeah.
I do a 4-slice move, all right? She gets her 2 slices, I get my 2 slices. I ain't doing 1 because I'm going to do this. I'm committed to 2. So, he gets them, warms up, brings them out. I know I only have $4 in my pocket. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm about to step this guy. But there's a lot of people in there.
Right.
I'm pretty good at noticing, like, it's too much social strain going on.
Yeah.
It's a young cat. He's been around. I'm like, he ain't gonna say no to this. There's too much happening. Puts him up there. I get him up. I get it. A little rolled up. And now I got my hand on the glass. I'm already halfway out. I think he felt what was happening. I was like, pfft. And then I pulled I'm the drunk asshole right now, right? But it's too busy. The girl's too cute, and he just says, "Really?" I'm like,
he said, "Really?"
Oh yeah. He said, "Really?" I'm like, "Yep." and then, so the cans, she knows that happened. That happened in front of her, and she was probably like, "This fucking guy." I'm like, "Hey man, I'll make anything happen."
Yeah.
And I also, oh man, I got so many stories about that. Now, as far as the pies at Mama C's go, by the way, they get bought by Starboard?
Yeah.
Then
it's going to be Starboard.
So Starboard, so Mama and Papa are out.
Yeah, it's
then I can retire my move.
Yeah.
This is my move.
Okay.
It has not been replicated. I let one other person and fucking Sasquatch trying to ruin it.
Okay.
Now, I pay attention.
Yeah.
All right. So for years, they used to always have 3 moves there. Okay. 3 moves. One is you got the early days where they used to have the menu on there, right? Mm-hmm. They used to have the menu. It was $18 for a large pizza and 1 topping. Mm-hmm. I'd get it, and I'd wait for that lady to try to hit me with some astronomical number. I said, no, that's not it. It says right here it's $18.
Right.
Played that one enough, no more menu on it. Because they had that side window they used to use all the time.
Yeah.
They used to have a side.
That so left the menu up inside, yeah.
Mm-mm. So that's no longer there because you can't be negotiating multi-prices when you got your standard prices right there.
Right.
That's gone. Okay, played that number. Next number is they didn't do names. So with the window, they only did the pie. Mm. They go, large pepperoni. I'm like, oh, this is just a social experiment.
Yeah.
I do a lot of these, brother.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there like, I definitely got one of those.
Yeah.
Because this guy doesn't know if I got one.
No.
But he knows that my confidence walking up there is like, oh, he got it.
Yeah.
And then probably 10 minutes later, like, I think that guy took our pie.
Yep.
Too late. I'm gone.
Yep.
That was, God, I played that move so many times. The third one, which is my ultimate go-to, after I didn't need to steal shit anymore, man. Like I wasn't like I had some money. Like I didn't need to ride or die. You know what I mean on a pie. So I always went in there with $20, and this held for. I would do that now. So this has been holding for like 15 years. Mm-hmm. I would go in there, and I'd say $20 cold pie right out the window.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, and they would give it to you.
Mama would be about it. She was about it for like the first year, and she has always fought me on it.
Because it's not really cold. It's almost like the perfect temperature. I mean,
that
fucking
it's the
room
perfect temperature.
Yeah, I don't need it lava.
It comes out fucking lava. Yeah. I used to do the pizza cardboard waffle.
Yeah.
You got to cool it down.
Yeah, no.
But I always said, $20 cold pie, give me that right now, get out of here. I don't have to. So and Papa was like, done, take it, because I'm not. I'm.
Right.
I'm. It's an advance. I'm already cheating the per slice, but I'm not holding up the line. Like, give me this pie that's been sitting here. But they're not really. They turn them over pretty well.
Yeah.
But he don't have to warm it up. There's no more space in the oven. Papa's already busy. He's like, good. And she'd be like, no, 26, 24. I'm like, $20. I got the cash. I'm like, 20. Give me it right now. Done.
Yeah.
That's always been my move.
Yeah.
It's a $20 cold pie, and I walk out. And people are like, how did he already get pizza?
Dude, that's you.
I don't know what that is. You don't hear shit. So
I'd almost much rather have that room temperature pizza with
ready to go, because if not, I'm gonna burn my mouth on this lava pizza.
The cheese is like a little bit congealed, it's got that firmness to it.
It is. It's a perfect.
And when you've had 14 crushes or 17 beers, something like that, that's it.
She's ready to go.
Yeah.
That has been, and I've never ever heard anyone use that move.
Yeah.
As far as I've been in there, talked to people, and I know that I think that it always went well, because I got to be the only guy ever saying that shit. So when it's said, they're like, "Oh, it's that guy. Get done."
Yeah.
For all I know, Papa's like, "I like the one guy who comes in maybe twice, 3 times a year. It's like, go buy $20. Thanks."
Man, yeah. God, I'm trying to think how that place would be called now. I don't know.
I don't think it's obviously not going to be able to be played anymore.
No, it's not at all. I had a buddy, my boy Rob. Man, passed away a couple years ago. But when first of all, he was an asshole, like the lovable asshole, right? We talked about we need the assholes in our lives, right? When he would be drunk, he was just a fucking klepto or just destructive. He would I've seen him steal entire boxes of Slim Jims from Wawa. He would just, or he would pull the dickhead move and take like the whole tray of like hot sauce packets, the hot sauce packets at the deli counter. He would just take that and just put it in his bag and walk out. He
was doing the unsellable mistake.
Or he would go up and he would order a 2-foot Italian with every fucking thing on it and then leave. Shit like that. We were up in Philly one time and we were at one of those nice entertainment establishments that they have up there in Philadelphia. And we left. I remember we had a limo. We're obnoxious. Walk into that Wawa that's up there. I think it's Columbus Avenue or something. And they had police there all the time. The police would just hang out, as security. And this is when Wawa first got the touch screens.
Yeah.
This is how long ago it was. And we went up to start making my order. And as I was going up touching it, he comes in and just shoves me, obnoxious. It rips the whole fucking thing out of the tabletop. Wires come pulling out, and the cops just shaking their head, damn it, man. But he would be.
He and I sound a lot alike.
Dude, he would steal anything that fucking wasn't nailed down, and it wasn't the shit you really wanted. It was just almost to be a pain in the ass. You know what I mean?
That's destructive. I can get down with.
I've seen him have bags that were damn near full of ketchup, hot sauce, barbecue sauce packets. Just for no reason.
I like that. It's like an oddball klepto.
Dude, when you went into his house, even to the day he passed away, if you go into his house, he'd have a drawer or the refrigerator where it would be full of the sauce packets. He was just obsessed with them for some reason.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, man, it was we could do a whole entire episode
if you want to do
bouncing stories of just obnoxiousness.
That's when they called me War Child, dude.
That would be a really good one to have Mark come sit in. We have a lot of great childhood memories and stories that him and I did. Some stuff, man, I don't even know if I want to get out for everyone to hear.
I have, dude, especially beach life.
Yeah, that could be a good one. But
I
know we're running short on time. I like Freestyle Friday.
Freestyle Friday. That would be every Friday. You're saying it we do.
No, I'm not saying every Friday, but
it sounded good for a second, and I was like, wait, that is the only time we do it.
Well, but it's maybe it could be a once a month,
Okay, a little treat.
Yeah. We had no plan today. There was nothing.
The plan was the no plan.
Yeah, that was it, and I think it went good.
It went to the best.
It went the best.
All 2 viewers will fucking love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go get these heathens ready. On to the next one.
Let's do it.
What's there? Look at that. 11 minutes left.